Okay, at this point, I just think that EA and Respawn, they just hate Titanfall. Many of you saw this today. It's, when you see these on Twitter, you know, it's not going to be a good day for a lot of people. I mean, just add it to the pile of this. But I'll spare you the 90% of corpo speak that's in here, because this paragraph says, as we sharpen our focus for the future, we've made the decision to step away from 2 early stage incubation projects and make some targeted team adjustments across Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi. These decisions aren't easy, and we are deeply grateful for every teammate affected. Their creativity and contribution have helped build Respawn into what it is today. We're offering meaningful support for those impacted, including exploring new opportunities at EA. Now you probably hear this news like, okay, sure, whatever they were doing, they stopped. I don't really care. But what if I told you this was actually a Titanfall related project, but the canceled project was a Titanfall extraction shooter? That's right, not Titanfall 3, but just an extraction shooter. Now, if you've been out of the loop for the last few weeks or so, there have been a lot of rumors talking about Titanfall and potentially Titanfall 3. In fact, going as far as saying that Titanfall 3 is complete. Originating here from this Apex Legends leaker, right? He kind of specializes in this information and has a pinned comment saying more Titanfall 3 info, saying they're moving to Unreal Engine 5, that it's an almost complete project, a single player campaign, live service with battle passes, the main mode being extraction, along with other modes like TDM control, arenas, and all the Titanfall 2 classic modes, some returning Apex characters, and a weather system, so Escape from the Frontier is kind of what they referenced it as. Which of course got everyone super excited to go, oh my god, they're doing it, they're finally bringing back Titanfall. Titanfall 3 is going to be a thing, we're finally going to be able to chance to jump back into this well-loved universe that's been sadly pushed aside by EA for so many years. But then we had conflicting information from Jeff Grubb, who's a very well-known insider, very credible, saying that the leaks are just not real, which is like, okay, so the Titanfall thing is just a complete lie at this point. But an even more credible insider on Gaming News and Info, Jason Schreier, which pretty much anything he says is 100% solid gold, said that Titanfall game was actually canceled with recent EA layoffs up in the hundreds, up to 400 jobs, including 100 of those at Respawn Entertainment, which have been going pretty rough. But it looks like it got pushed aside again by EA and Respawn. So what is exactly real? Well, we know for sure that yes, there was a Titanfall universe extraction shooter planned by EA. Now, is this Titanfall mechanics and gameplay, or is it more of an Apex Legends version of an extraction shooter, which would be my expectations of the case entirely? And maybe just seeing recent Marathon gameplay of where a lot of comparisons of Marathon to Apex Legends are being made, and seeing how Marathon's ready to release this year, and if they were going to release an extraction mode with this Titanfall universe, likely using heroes that are very similar from Apex Legends, they'd basically just be releasing the same game, and then probably were like, screw it, let's just shut the whole thing down. And also, what's up with just EA just like not wanting to make just another Titanfall game? Like, there's interest out there, people want to play it. Just take a look at the Steam DB page alone right here. You can see the reviews of this game are up in the upper 90s with over 250,000 reviews. And like, yeah, the population isn't that great, like overall, right? But of course, this was released out on the original like EA's player for many years before it came out to Steam. And we've seen the massive player spikes happen whenever like a recent patch goes live and they kick out all the hackers and people finally jump back in to play Titanfall, and like there's like genuine interest from the community of gamers who want this style of game, and EA just refuses it to give it to us, man. But the fact that they canceled this project called Codename R7, which was an extraction shooter in Titanfall, just makes it feel like it came from just like a not very genuine place of content creation where it comes to gaming, where it seems like they just wanted to, EA probably wanted to hop onto the trend of extraction shooters, and like I said, saw what Marathon was doing and go, I guess we just need to cancel it. And all this information kind of has this overcasting shadow of this recent notable information from February right here, where the CEO of Andrew Wilson said that Apex Legends is not headed in the direction that they wanted, and they're looking to do a complete rework of Apex Legends to make it like an Apex 2.0 to hopefully bring players back, which seems to be the new cool thing for every BR that's been out for a long time. Is like we had Fortnite like OG, and now we have Verdansk, and now we're gonna get Apex 2.0. So what is Respawn going to do with now this extra free time? Well, they're gonna put their time, like I said, focusing on Apex Legends and the Star Wars Jedi series, which, I mean, hopefully the 2.0 update eventually that comes with Apex actually means something. I've really fallen off of Apex Legends. I jumped back in and kind of got really deep into it back in like season 4, but after that it just was like whatever. Though focusing on the Star Wars Jedi series is something I would be very happy with, just because each one of the games have been very well received. Of course, Survivor had that really rough launch, of course, added towards the apology letters that we saw earlier. So it seems to be a recurring theme with Respawn of just having to apologize to those players for laying them down in some kind of capacity, either canceling projects or releasing games in unfinished states, not ready to be released out to the public. An interesting thing about this sorry page, though, is that they mentioned 2 early stage incubation projects. So what was the other incubation project? My assumption is that maybe they were both tied to the Titanfall universe. One was like an actual like single player and multiplayer experience, like an actual true Titanfall 3, and the other one being the extraction shooter, which would kind of make sense where this leak comes from. And maybe Jeff Grubb knew that this was getting canceled, so thought that like, why is he even talking about this not even being a real thing? So I guess this kind of what comes with dealing with leaks and rumors, right? That like it's all kind of like hearsay. You hear down the line chain of command, like where the information actually comes from. But kind of always look at these kind of leaks and information as it's like, okay, there's a bit of truth there, but what is actually being said definitely means a lot when it comes to whether or not a leak is accurate. I always say when it comes to leaks and rumors that the important thing is just to kind of get the idea of what's happening out there. So the idea of there being something involving the Titanfall universe in some kind of capacity was in the works at Respawn. And so what that actually entailed, the little details of it, maybe Extraction was the full game, maybe it was part of the singular game of Titanfall. We don't really know for sure. And sadly, I don't think we ever will. The main thing to truly understand from this entire story is that EA, I think, just hates Titanfall. I mean, also at this point, I think that the Titanfall series is just cursed. Like, it's they've tried so hard at some points to really make this work, and also other times they just don't give it the resources or attention that it deserves. It's such a weird situation between Respawn and EA, how this franchise of Titanfall gets treated. Like, we all recognize the original release window of Titanfall 2, right? Which was, what, it says 1 week after Battlefield 1 and 1 week before the next Call of Duty game. Like, literally the worst possible competition you could possibly release this game window in. So like, it was built to fail from just the very beginning. And even the developers at Respawn tried making Titanfall 3, but then couldn't really find the fun, and then everyone started making this battle royale of Apex Legends in the Titanfall universe, which then got all the developers to move over there, over to this project. So again, once again, guys, we're having to deal with this where Apex Legends is once again killing Titanfall. Why? Why can't we just, why? If you made it this far in the video, I hope I earned your like, maybe even a subscribe. You want to know who the real ones are that made it to the end of the video? Let's give it a green heart in the chat here, guys. Or maybe let's do a broken heart in the chat for the comments, so I know that how many broken heart players watch to the end of the video and know that, yes, we're not getting anything Titanfall related for quite some time. Thank you all for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.